Oh, this is a very brief rundown. And of course, I'm just playing this for fun. So, why am I playing this? Oh, it's simple. Doom Eternal is next week. Already explained this game in many videos I did about a year or two ago. But if you ever came across this game or heard about this game or come across this channel, here's a brief rundown. Zombie Army 4. It's kind of the same as Zombie Army 3, but a little bit better. So when you download the game, or if you watch a demo, if there are demos of this, you download the game. This menu pops up, campaign. So, self-explanatory. Campaign is part of the story of the game. There's a story in this game. This is not just a game like Elden Ring, where there's not really a story, but there's a lore. But at the same time, there's an in-play story in that game. Here as well, Horde, obvious. It's just for you to survive for a long period of time. Weekly events. Once you hit the button, you're wondering what the hell is all this. You could play, and you could go solo, or you could go co-op. You might miss it if you're not paying attention, because everything that's important is highlighted in red. For instance, red tells you the name of the mission is dead ahead. Red also indicates that it's a weekly event because red is indicated there. Red are little check marks on things you need to do with regards to the mission. Red is also an indication of where you are and where you need to do. You want to be co-op, you want to be solo. So the game is nice and friendly in telling you where all the important things are by using the color red. Now, let's say you don't want to do any of that. You just want to go into the game and see what it's all about. So the first thing will pop up, as you see, is solo at the top, co-op at the bottom. Then choose whichever one you want. I'm going to go co-op. And then you see something there that says host. By pressing host, you are not a host. Unlike other games where you join and play them, kind of like Warframe, you cannot choose to be the host. Whoever is the one playing first is host. Here, you could choose to be the host. You could set up a host on your internet. That's if your internet is good, if your internet is bad. I'm not going to host. I'm going to play solo just to see how things are. So once you select host, let's say I do select host, you have a whole list of things. This also goes for selecting missions. You get to select how things go within it. So host, then select host. Then on the campaigns, you could choose highlight on every single thing you see here. So anything that's white means that's where it is. You highlight on campaign, press on it. To press it to activate it means that it's been activated. Red indicates that it's activated. You then choose the type of campaign you want to do, Horde, weeklies. It's that simple. Sometimes you don't have to do it from main menu. You could go straight into campaign and do it from there. And then you go down to mission types. You could choose the different mission types by pressing right or left, or using your controller to go right or left. I would suggest just using the left and right stick. I mean, not left and right stick, left and right button on your controller. It's far easier that way. Sometimes it's too sensitive on the controller. Then you go back button, because here, once you select something and you're here, you cannot just go into the menu again. You'd have to press the back button after you select it, back button, and then go to whatever chapter you want. Now the great part about this game is that you could choose where you want to start. You don't have to start at the beginning of the story. You could choose where you want to start. Now that might only happen when you beat all the missions in the game. So when you first start playing the game, you have to start from the beginning. Now you can also choose hard mode, medium mode, easy mode, or brutal mode. So this game has four modes. It actually has 5. It has easy, medium, hard, brutal, and then there's nightmare mode as well. Now typically nightmare mode comes with is associated with the difficulty type. So you could choose to be easy and enemies to spawn nightmarish. And what that means is, unlike the difficulty of the game is going to ramp up based on how hard the enemy is going to hit. That's the difficulty of the game, as in every game. How difficult it is to complete the game based on enemies that are going to be there. But that's one thing. In Zombie Army, there's also another thing. And this is different from many other games. That's why I like it. You get to choose how many enemies show up in mission. Now, if you pick default, it's going to give you the default CPU type enemies with amount of bots per level. But if you choose one more, it's going to give you default plus one more, as in an extra enemy. And then it's going to, when you go 2 players, it's going to give you the default plus 2 additional enemies. Let's say a creeper is in here. It's going to spawn 2 additional more creepers, because you now selected 2 additional more players with regards to the default that is going to put creepers in the mission. But then you select 3, you select 4, and so on and so forth. So you get the picture. The higher you select, the more it's going to spawn special enemies and regular zombies. So it's going to spawn 3 times more regular default zombies here, and 3 times more special zombies. Just like here, it's going to spawn 4 times more enemies and 4 times more special zombies. So I'm going to have it on 4 for this example, but I'm not going to put it on easy. I'm going to put it on hard, because I want enemies to hit hard, but I also want 4 times more enemies. And finally, last but not least, you could choose if you want to have private matches, close all matches, so you could just be the person playing the game by yourself, or private matches, so you can invite your friends, but only your friends, because private are in public where anyone can join. So that's the great part about the game. The menu is very, very friendly, very user friendly, and very good. The best part about this game is that you could increase the amount of enemies you want in the game. After I saw that, I asked myself this question, like, why the hell don't other games do this? This game's been out for like years, and I've yet to see any new game that allow you to increase the amount of enemies in a mission. Sure, you can increase your difficulty, but a game should also allow you to not increase your difficulty, but increase the amount of enemies you want to pop up in your game, aside from the difficulty. That's a true challenge. That's why when people are saying, well, Zombie Army 4 is like a man's game, you know, they're kind of bullshitting, but they're kind of telling the truth at the same time. Because if you put this on brutal, the prerequisite for brutal are indicated below. Where it says player slot, it's indicated right there in the white. It's very small, but it's indicated right there. And it tells you what you can and can't do. Like if I switch it to hard, it tells you what you can and can't do. Switch it to medium, it tells you what you can and can't do. So in easy mode, it says easy difficulty for players new to the shooter game. Medium mode, it says medium difficulty for players who have somewhat experience in other shooter games. Enemies have normal health, blah blah blah. Hard is for players with a lot of experience looking for a challenge. So if you're playing on hard, you're looking for a challenge. Brutal is for elite zombie slayers only. Like hard difficulty plus, and this is the very bad part, and also the most badass part, why I realize that not a lot of people play this game, or maybe those so-called awesome gamers who claim that they're badass don't play it. Enemies are even tougher and hit you even harder, which is normal. Yeah, you know, you play Bloodborne, that's a normal thing. This Bloodborne kind of like starts off at hard or starts off at brutal. But the difference is, in this game, unlike a Bloodborne, you have minimal HUD, so you can't keep track of your ammo. You can't keep track of where you pick up like guns, if guns fall on the floor. You can't keep track of where crates are. You have to visually see them with your own eyes. So everything that's present and given to you in the game with regards to certain indications with regards to your HUD is gone. Primarily in your HUD when you're seeing how much ammo you have. Also, medkits require to revive allies is also imperative. And also, finally, last but not least, fewer items. In other words, that if you typically have the standard default items, you might pick up, a medkit, 1 or 2 in a mission. In brutal mode, you only have probably 1 medkit you start off with per each checkpoint location. So in the process, an enemy will not be dropping a medkit like they typically do in hard mode, and easy mode, and medium mode. You would have to keep your medkit and use it once and only once. But the thing is, if you use your medkit on yourself, you then cannot revive your allies. So medkit is required to revive allies. In other words, if you go down, you cannot shoot an enemy and get back up, because this game has a mechanic where if you shoot an enemy with your secondary pistol and you have a perk that allows you to get back up, it's not going to happen. That perk and many perks are going to be turned off. So brutal is meant for only elite players. Your medkits can be only used once, and if you use the medkit once on yourself and your fellow team member goes down, you're assed out, because now you're 1 man short. So your medkit, you have to save your medkit for your allies and not for yourself. So you need a healing weapon when you're fighting anyone in brutal. Always carry healing weapons. There are healing weapons in the game. But also remember, you cannot shoot rapidly and crazily with your weapons because you have less ammo. So that's what that's about. So that's the rundown with regards to the game, how it is, how it's set up, and the different modes. Now there are various different missions in the game. There's Dead Zeppelin, there's I Plan Abyss, there's Deeper Than Hell, and then there's stuff like and so on and so forth. And then there's the regular stuff in the game, such as Dead Ahead, Death Canal, Meat Locker, Zombie Zoo. So what this game, the design of this game is reminiscent of is 1950s, 1940s type knowledge with regards to zombies. Basically 40s, 50s, 30s mythology with regards to, Hitler and everything. So that's basically it in a nutshell. That was the brief rundown. Now there are other rundowns with regards to this, such as in your options menu, and it's very present and it's there. It's an easy menu system. If you have bad eyesight, the white bar allows you to see things by rolling over it. So you always know where you are because the white bar is so big and bold. You cannot never get lost. You can always increase your difficulty. You can always increase your audio. You can always increase your brightness. You could turn off blurry, or you could turn it back on. You could decrease audio, increase audio. It's very user friendly. The only bad thing about the game is you cannot change the color to whatever color you want. That's about the only bad thing. There's also aim assist and all that stuff. So it's a very user friendly game. So that's basically Zombie Army in a nutshell. So for this game, old as hell, and people are still playing it. And it's amazing to me how, some people still aren't on this game yet, and they just don't get it. It would be Devil May Cry, Hell and Heaven mode, which is like Ultra Nightmare mode. Yeah, that's about the only game. If you put this game on brutal, like Dante Must Die. It's Dante Must Die times 2. So, yeah, this is not a game for amateurs. And the best part is, this is the best part. It is a game for amateurs. That's why I love this game so much. And every now and again I come back to it. Amateur is there. You could play this game on baby mode. You could play this game on normal mode, hard mode. And then you could play this game on its hardest difficulty, which is brutal mode. And you can increase the amount of enemies you want to fight. You could... Nightmare basically means that they're going to send endless amount of enemies at you. 4 means they're going to send 4 times the amount of enemies at you based on your hardest difficulty. 3 times the amount of enemies, 2 times the amount of enemies, 1 time the amount of enemies. That's basically what that means. Nightmare basically means endless amount of enemies on this brutal difficulty. But I'm not going brutal. I'm not suicidal like that. I tried brutal 3 times, but not today. So I'm going to choose someone. I'll see who is playing. Someone's playing Death Canal. Someone's playing Dead Ahead. So we're going to go with hard because easy is too easy. Baby mode. Now you can also, the best part about this game is you can also see what they have on. They have on hard mode and they have on default. So the difficulty of the game is hard, but the amount of enemies they have in the game is default. Whereas the difficulty in this game is at medium, but they decide to add 2 additional more enemies. That's what 2 players mean. 2 additional more spawn enemies multiplied towards the enemies that are going to show up. Whereas this person is playing on easy mode, baby mode, but they decide to multiply the amount of enemies that'll pop up by 4 times. So, yeah, it's pretty badass. And the reason why most people do 4 times the amount of enemies is because they're trying to unlock certain things. So you put the game on easy mode and you multiply the enemies by 4 times so you have enough enemies to show up, so you can unlock your perks much easier. So that's one of the best part about the game. So enough talking. That's basically it in a nutshell. I'm going to play in someone else mode. Now next week is Doom Eternal, so until that time comes, I'm going to be playing this. And also, I believe my PlayStation Plus is almost up, but it's not fully up yet. I got about a week left. Yeah, about a week left, week and a half left. And I saw DayZ in the PlayStation Plus. And DayZ is a badass game. I was surprised when DayZ was actually in the PlayStation Plus. Surprise. So I'm downloading that right now, DayZ, and that's going to be a demo. I'm not going to play that game. It's just going to be a demo so I could see what DayZ is all about, because I've never played DayZ. And it's also another zombie game. So hard mode. Well, I guess this is the only one that makes sense. Everyone is going medium. Hard default to... Well, that's it. You have about you have about 37 seconds before your mission starts, so it doesn't start like automatically all of a sudden. So during that 37 seconds, if you don't have your things set up already, you have like almost a full minute to set things in motion the way you want them. So this is like, if you hate, if you hate Nazis, like most people do, like some people wish they could go back in time and kill Nazis. Like if you hate Nazis, but you hate zombies as well, like this is the perfect mix for you.
Dark all over Europe. Command has ordered all teams to evacuate to fortified positions. Venice is the nearest. We can only hope it's still intact. Rendezvous with Captain Dutton and help him hold the city while our occult experts figure out what's causing this and how we can fight back.
Now, if no one doesn't know who made this game is made by Rebellion. Rebellion means Sniper Elite, And Rebellion also made the new game that just came out this year, Atomfall. So they're a very famous company.
Bruno.
I managed to get in contact with Captain Dutton before the Venice base went dark. He sent you a boat. He should be waiting for you on the dock.
So, also a good thing about this game, I love about this game, even when a mission starts, you could go to your workbench, and while people are fighting in the mission, killing zombies, you could stay at your workbench, and the zombies cannot come into your safe area. So you could work on what you want to set up before you even go outside and start fighting. So you can know, but the moment you get outside, you cannot go back inside again. So the game is friendly that way, before mission and even in mission. You can also change how your character look as well, if you want to. And there are many looks, like ridiculous looks. But for right now, I'll stay with my Jason mask.
You're the Alpha Squad? Thank God. What took you so long? I thought you weren't going to show.
We're here now. Yes?
My name is Victor. Captain Dutton sent me.
Like the only game that has better like customization than this, like there are tons of other games that have better, but like horror based good customization. I would think what's the name of that game? What the hell? I don't remember. Actually, oh yes, Code Vein. Code Vein customization is bananas. Like you spend all day just customizing your character. Just doing customization before you even start mission.
Listen, before we go any further, this is a suicide mission. Today, they're not husks anymore. They'll kill us all if we stay here. We should be getting as far away from Venice as possible.
We have our orders. We need to carry them out.
The boat's falling apart too. It stalls all the time. Leaks fuel like a sieve. The engine could die at any moment.
Nevertheless, we have our orders, so let's go.
I'm not joking.
In the Wehrmacht, we shot deserters. Luckily for you, the resistance is more forgiving.
This won't end well. Mark my words. There, up ahead. It smells like a dog. Oh, this is going to get me eaten. I just know it. What exactly are you hoping to accomplish in this crumbling hellhole anyway?
Recon mission. We lost contact with many resistance bases, so we have to re-establish new strongpoints in other cities, like Venice. Captain Dutton is commanding the Venice recovery effort. We're here to find survivors and secure the resistance base.
If you're looking for somewhere secure, you've come to the wrong city. There is nothing here for anyone but death.
No use panicking! Tell us what we need to do!
Just protect me while I get this started.
They're coming from the bridge!
Oh, kill them! Kill them! I can't move until the boat is clear!
Now the fight mechanics in this game are kind of obvious. To run is the L3 button if you're having controller. To slide is the L1 button. You run and then you press the L1 by holding down on it. Run, slide. You wonder what you would do with that. Well, it's simple. By running and sliding, I press L1 while you're sliding. You then do an uppercut, which is basically allows you to do the uppercut. So if you slide, go like this, you do a slide push forward to knock zombies out your way, or you do a slide uppercut. You hold down, then you go for uppercut like that. You run, slide, and then you do an uppercut. That's how that works. That's if you're surrounded by zombies, so you go like this, and you do that. Another cool thing about this game is that you don't need to really open crates. You could shoot a crate and it'll pop open for you, so you could quickly access your items. The standard shooting in all games are the same. Aim R2, shoot. Aim L2, shoot R2. No. The only difference is you could zoom. Once you have a sniper weapon, you could press up and down on your D-pad to zoom in and zoom out. Now, when the front section indicates that it's red, it means you could press R1, which then goes into a focus mode where you could do terrible amounts of damage towards an enemy. The stomp mechanic is the same as the slide mechanic, but you just rapidly press the L1 over and over. And you do that to acquire ammos from an enemy if you don't have ammo crates, or to kill enemies from respawning, because they will respawn because they're the undead.
Almost there.
Get on, let's go, come on!
Now what I just did was the hitting on the ground. That's the melee punch button. That slam on the ground allows you to knock all zombies around in a 360 and get you health back in return. The same melee punch is a charging. Now, as you see it at the bottom, it's slowly but surely charging up.
It's just thunder. There must
That
be
charge
storm.
allows you to get health in return.
Oh, it's never just thunder. Oh, I knew.
There.
Yeah.
Once it's not working, you have the punch only. so you have to wait for it to charge. There are many different powers, but that's basically your power button. The power I attached perk is the one for healing. There's also another power for doing other stuff. Oh yes, there's also like dancing and stuff in the game. Emotes you could do.
Sniper!
Sniper! Get down!
Where? Ah, they're coming out of the water! Don't let them get me!
Now it's very important to unlock all your perks when you have the time. That's why some people pick easy mode and multiply the enemies.
The boat needs refueling.
Because you cannot play the game on Brutal and Nightmare
Already?
without unlocking all your perks.
Unless you'd rather be stranded in this godforsaken city, we need fuel.
So,
I mean, you can play the game on Brutal or Nightmare, but it's ill-advisable.
This is where we stop. The famous gondola workshop. You'll have to search both sides, but there should be enough fuel here to get us there and back. I'll wait here. In case get away.
Just make sure you do.
Just be quick, would you?
Hey!
If you're confused on where to go in the mission, there's also an arrow that points you to where you need to go to an objective. Like it's showing 37
Be careful.
meters.
When carrying something heavy, you'll only have access to your sidearm.
So you can never truly be lost in the game.
More. Keep moving.
There's the second one.
The buddy system is always advisable to use.
Still not enough. One more should do it.
And now we have them all.
Healing weapons are very important when you're playing it on Brutal or Nightmare. You should always use healing weapons on Brutal or Nightmare.
Like it was nothing.
Maybe there's something unnatural about that thunder. You there?
No! Victor, we must get to that base.
You must make haste. If you hurry, you may still be able to provide them with reinforcement.
I'm going as fast as I can. Hellblade. Is that what I thought it was? Oh no. We're almost at the base, but there's one more bridge that needs opening before we can pass through.
Then I suppose I'll have to take care of that for you.
Wait, no! I don't want to be left here alone. This area is crawling with dead. Oh, no way! I am not going out there. I'll be eaten alive.
Then go wait downriver. And don't complain. I'll go.
Just be quick, okay? I have a bad feeling about this.
always wanted to see Venice. But maybe not like this.
Keep persevering. You are almost at the base.
Good. Let's hope Captain Dutton has survived. Ha! Hey! Ah! We need this cog, I think.
The bridge controls must have been tampered with. Take it to the bridge and put it back where it came from.
Still not enough.
You better find them then. Go, pronto.
What's this? A refuge, perhaps? No, not any longer.
If so, I doubt it's safe any longer. Proceed with caution.
Ah! More. That's not good.
Gott im Himmel.
What now?
Masked Nazis. Dead in some kind of sick suicide ritual.
A Nazi suicide ritual? You're sure? Mamma mia.
The bodies are still warm. I wonder if this ritual has anything to do with the strange things happening here.
Maybe. I'll investigate on this end. Perhaps Schweiger would know something about this Nazi suicide cult. Excellent. Now all that's left is to activate the controls.
Let's get this over with.
Keep them away from the controls!
My God! They're throwing themselves into the machinery!
They're trying to jam the controls! Push them back!
My God! This one's a giant!
It's shooting the grunts! It doesn't care!
Position yourself between them. Use it to your advantage.
Oh, this looks like a bug. Nope,
Let's
it wasn't
get
a
this over
bug.
with.
It was just I believe it was someone's network.
No!
I mean, if
They
it's not
burned
someone's
themselves
network,
into
it's
the
a bug.
machine!
They're trying to jam the controls. Push them back.
My God, this one's a giant.
Position yourself to England. Use it to your advantage.
It's halfway there. Almost there. Victory is within reach.
Fantastico! Molto bene! Now I suggest you get back to the boat before Victor shits himself.
What the hell took you so long?
Well, first the bridge needed repairs. And then we found some kind of insane Nazi suicide ritual in the church. So you understand.
You're joking. That's a joke, right?
I don't joke. Ever. There is something unnatural happening in this city. Captain Dutton, this is Alpha Squad. Do you read me? Nothing. Let's hope it's just interference from that verdammte Sturm.
foot from here. So, I suppose this is where we part ways. I'm headed to the North Docks. That's the evac point. Hopefully I'll see you there.
No more talk of running away, Cass.
Oh, don't mention it. Just try not to die, okay?
Their defenses are still intact. So how did the Toten get in?
Be on the lookout for survivors.
And that's basically Zombie Army in a nutshell. Like everything I've described is pretty much there. I might have missed certain stuff, but that's pretty much it. I play this for fun every now and again. Like when I'm bored of other games that I just need something to shoot and to kill zombies. Like if you need just a game just to shoot and kill zombies. If that's all you want to do, just destroy zombies, then this is like the perfect game for it. And it's an added bonus that they're Nazis as well. So yeah. So tomorrow is going to be probably the DayZ demo. I'll see what that's all about. I'll play that for about an hour or two as well. I'm not playing Warframe today. That's pretty much the game. This game in a nutshell. The main menu. Come into main menu after download the game is the campaign. Then after you press on campaign, you see various windows. Everything marked in red is an indication of where you need to go. Continue mission, solo play or cooperative play. And in solo play, you could just press where you last left off at to continue, and it will take you into that mission for where you last left off. And I was doing a DLC called Led Zeppelin in solo mode. So your last solo mission, it's going to continue from there. Now if you decide to exit out of the game, like if I decide to exit out of the game, I go back to the main menu and say, let's see here. Okay, I press campaign and select mission. Whatever mission I select thereafter, like if I press Led Zeppelin, you have to press on it, the mission, so it turns red, and then you're able to select the various missions, and those will also turn red. So the mission has been selected, and the type of mission is selected as well. So you first have to select the mission type. Like say I want to select mission and type of mission, like Hell Machine. Once that's selected, you then select it, and then you can press start button to continue, or press the continue button to start the mission. Now if you don't want to do that, you want to get other things set up, you could then, after you select it, go down to a chapter, and you could choose whichever chapter you want to start off at. You don't have to start at first chapter, you can start second, third, and fourth. Now when you first play the game, you might actually need to go one at a time and proceed forward. You probably cannot skip, but once you beat the game the first time, you can skip all of them. Now I'm not 100% sure because it's been years since I played this, but like I said before, you could skip certain missions. Also, difficulty rating is easy, medium, hard, and brutal. And brutal is kind of like super difficult or super hard. But I believe it's a little bit more harder than super difficult. It's kind of like ultra violence or something like that from Doom. And the best part about that is, even though you could put it to like ultra violence, which is brutal mode, you could then even more than that increase the amount of enemies you want to spawn. Like 2 times the amount of enemies, 3 times the amount of enemies, 4 times the amount of enemies. And the word players is, for each player there's going to be 4 enemies for each player, 3 are type. So that's That's very hard, because especially if you're in solo mode and you pick 4 times enemies, that's 4 times the amount of enemies per the amount of players, or should I say 4 times enemies if you had players in party. So it's not like 4 times 4 enemies, or maybe it is, but basically there's 4 times the amount of enemies. And then after that is selected, you then start the mission. And the only difference between co-op and solo is you could choose to host and choose not to host, unlike other games where you can choose to host. In this game you could choose to host the game, or you could choose to browse and join someone else who is hosted. And like I also said before, if you browse to join someone who's hosting, you could see what mode they're on, easy, difficult, medium, and you could choose to join them. Now to decide to double up the enemies, it would say 2 or 4 next to them, like 4 players, 2 players. 2 players doesn't mean 2 players or 4 players are actually in the mission. It just means the setup, as it says at the top, setup under the game mechanics, is that it's considering that 2 players are in mission, even though 2 players might not be in mission. It could be just 1 player. It's like this is considering in the setup there are 4 players on mission, even though it could be just 1 player in mission. The only way you can know how many people are in a mission is at the very end, where you see like the cooperative sign at the top, all the way at the end, the far right. That's the amount of people who are in. There are 2 or 4 people in this mission right now. Just like there are 2 or 4 people here, just like there are 3 or 4 people here. So that's the only way to know that. So that's basically Zombie Army in a nutshell. And if you want to know other mechanics with regards to the game, you just press the option. The main option is in the beginning, the main menu. You press the option button, and you could change all your settings here. It's pretty self-explanatory and it's pretty easy, including accessibilities. And so I'll just do it one more time, but this time I'll play a DLC, and this time I'll host. So I'm afraid to host because sometimes my internet is shitty, it might crash, but I'm not sure if anyone, if I browse or playing any of the DLCs. Like the only person that's playing a DLC right now is Terra Labs. Now this person purchased the DLC for Terra Lab, so he's the only person playing a DLC right now. But Terra Lab is kind of a boring DLC to me, so I'm gonna play host and play a better DLC, and I'm gonna choose Blood Count. Or actually, Alpine Blitz. To me, that's a better DLC. I'm going to make sure my difficulties on hard, and I'll make sure the amount of enemies that spawned are just 2 times more on hard, so as to give myself a little bit more extra added, because I could beat the enemies on 1 time more in default pretty easy. Once I increase the amount of enemies by 2, then it's a little bit more difficult. And I'm checking my public settings to make sure everyone's public, so that 3 additional more people could join me. And what this does when it says player slot, so you got enemy setup and player slot, you can choose to close out and not make anyone join you at all, and just you in mission, even though you're hosting, which is kind of, doesn't make sense, kind of goes against the whole point. If you want to be by yourself and you're hosting, it doesn't really make sense. I mean, bots will probably join you, but why host if you're not going to have anyone join you? You could just play the game solo. You don't need to host. So host only primarily works for private and for public. Wouldn't make sense to host and there's no one that's going to join you at all. So you press host, press the triangle button to create game. You've now set up everything. You set up your campaign that you want for it to be campaign, not horde, not event. You set up the mission you want, Alpine Blitz. You set up the chapter that you want, which is first chapter of this mission, not the second chapter, a third or fourth. I'm starting at the first. Set up the difficult rating as hard, not brutal. Set up the amount of enemies I want, 2 more, and of course I want other people to join as well. So I'm going to create the game. The game is now created. I'm now going to choose to go into my menu, and here at this menu you could do this also on solo. While you're in the lobby, you could go to your player by R1 L1 to go back and forth, R1 L1, and go to your weapons. Press on the X button on the weapon and choose the weapon you want for its missions. For this mission I'm just having fun, so I'm going to pick a weapon already maxed out. So today's just for fun. So before I was trying to level something up, but I'm just going to play this one for fun, and then I'm going to hop off and do my work, work around the house. And tomorrow I might get into DayZ. Let's see how it goes. Like Warframe, I'm not going to play Warframe until last time I played Warframe was yesterday. I played Warframe yesterday and the day before yesterday. So I'm not going to play Warframe tomorrow, but I'll play Warframe day after tomorrow. I'm going to start my game. Now, not many people probably have Alpine Blitz because Alpine Blitz is a DLC. So there are several DLCs. There's Alpine Blitz DLCs, there's Terra Lab DLCs, there's
with the dam destroyed, we're one step closer to thwart.
Actually, I didn't describe the DLCs. I believe there are 5 DLCs in total. There's Alpine Blitz, there's Deeper Than Hell, there's Blood Count, there's Terra Lab, and there's also one, no, there's 6, and Damnation Valley. I believe there's 6 DLC, 6 or 7 DLC.